Everybody. My name is Carly Spina. I'm with the Illinois Resource Center, and I wanted to make this video because I've had a few different school districts request it. So I'm going to make this video. I'll try to get it up on the IRC YouTube channel as well. But I wanted to walk through the Diffit tool. This is a platform that is like an AI generation thing. You do need a free teacher account. So you might be like, nah, Carly, I'm, not into it. Or like, let me see what this is about before I set up another account for something. So when you go to the Diffit website, just diffit.me, it's going to take you to their landing page. Their landing page has 4 different choice options. So I'm going to walk through each one. So the first one just says literally anything. And I kind of like that it's just very informal languaging because that's very much my vibe. If I wanted to add topic, theme, guiding question from my unit, or even just a word that we've been working on. So if I say multiculturalism, maybe that's something that we're working on. If I wanted to go deeper here, I could add in like some standards and make sure it hits those standards. But just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to skip that part today. Down here, it gives you the option to change up the reading level. So I can identify if I want this to be, the range is from 2nd grade to 11th grade. You can't see it on the screen, but oh, there it goes, to 11th grade. So really good for any grade level. So if I pick like 4th grade, I can come over here now and pick either informational text or fictional text. Hang on to this part because I have some thoughts on this part. So again, maybe I'm just saying 4th grade, informational text about multiculturalism. I'm gonna click the button. When I click the button, it's going to do its thing and it's going to be wild what it comes up with. It's kind of unbelievable. Everything about like subplans or small group lesson, like this, there's just a lot. So here's what it gave me based on that word multiculturalism. Over here, it gives me the chance, I can scroll through and see which graphic best fits what I'm trying to do. Isn't that cool? So maybe I choose this one because I like this piece of art. Okay. Then I'm going to scroll down. It has given me, these are all of the things that it generated for me. And I just typed in one word. It gave me an adapted reading passage, a summary, like 3 bullets, key vocabulary words from that text that it made for me, multiple choice questions, short answer questions, open-ended prompts, and I can turn all of these into like a printable PDF. Over here, it also gives me additional student activities. Okay, so let's scroll up here and just see the things, because maybe it gave me this text. I'm going to let my doggy in. Because my Shih Tzu loves Diffit just as much as I do. Don't you? Yeah. You want to be in the video so bad. Say hi, everybody. Look at him. Okay. You're going to sit down now. I have to tell my friends about Diffit. So over here, it gives me some things. So it might be like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, this is good. But I also want to incorporate something that we talked about in this video from yesterday's lesson. Literally, all I would do is click the edit button. And then I would say like, add this stuff right here. And then I hit save. Like that easy, that simple. Cool, right? And then I could also hit the button that says adjust the length if I want it to be longer or shorter. Isn't that wild? Like, again, I'm like, I need something a little beefier. I need something a little bit more. So it gives me a little bit more text. Pretty nice. That again, I could go in and edit and change up to make sure that it is fully aligned with what we're doing. The summary, same thing. I can edit this. Same with vocabulary words. Now, this is really cool too. Take a look at this. I could add additional words because again, maybe I want to make sure that it hits on the certain vocabulary words for our unit. Great. So I could either say like, no, I want you to make up some more words that would be, very relevant from the text passage above that they made for us. Or again, I could add in my own words. So if I say, yeah, like pull a few more out here, friend, add 3 more. So then I scroll down here, it added 3 more words. And then it gives me some multiple choice questions. I could add more. I could show the answers there. Oh, let me go back up because the add images, this is a newer thing. Take a look at this. If I click, so multiculturalism, I could go to add image and I could either upload one of my own, maybe that my students have already like, they went on to flaticon.com or iconfinder.com. And we've already decided on a vocabulary word image to go with that word. Cool. Or again, this is just powered by Google Images. So sometimes they're garbage, sometimes they're really good though. So I could add in different things for each word. Isn't this cool? Look at this. Society. I could search. Maybe that's the one I want. I don't know. And I save it. So now it gives me the opportunity to graphically enhance with a visual support each of these vocabulary words. I could do some of them, I could do all of them, just kind of depends. Multiple choice, I could add questions, show answers, I can edit those, whatever I want. Same with short answer. These might be ones that, our students do in small group and have, small group discussions about. The open-ended prompts, maybe that one is like a written extended response thing that individual students have to do, or maybe small groups do and they co-construct it together. So now it says, ready to turn it into student ready activities. I could click on these student activities, or I could just go up here to print. And then I might say, these are the pieces that I want you to print for me. It exports it into a quick little PDF. With all the things that I clicked that I wanted it to print. Or I could just save it as a PDF and like email it to my teammate because maybe I'm out unexpectedly because I woke up sick with all the viruses that my students gave to me, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to pause us here. If I wanted to get the student activities, I'm going to click on that. And now it gives me all kinds of different options. This is wild. So a digital doc. I click on it. I say export activity. I hit the button. Oh, I got to log back in again. I already signed in, friend. I know. It says you already have access. I told you. I was already logged in. Anyway, don't you love when our platforms do this to us? Yeah, ta-da. And so again, now I could share it to my Google Classroom. I could download the PDF. I could just open it in a Google Doc. I'm going to click on the PDF because I love me a PDF. Now look at that. Isn't that nice? And again, all I did, literally, first page, I typed in multiculturalism and I chose a level. That's it. Okay, so now that was just step one. That was just that first piece there. Now, let's come. Well, let me say my piece about this part here, because sometimes people will say to me, Carly, I've got a lot of newcomers right now. I've got newcomers from Ukraine. I've got newcomers from Venezuela. I've got newcomers from Mexico. I've got newcomers from wherever. So I'll just make this resource, and I teach fourth grade, so I'll just make this resource in Spanish, right? Multiculturalism. I'll just make the same resource in Spanish. My caution to all of us is most of us don't have the ability to do a literacy assessment in the student's heritage language. So just because they're in fourth grade and their heritage language is in Spanish or Ukrainian, that doesn't mean they have fourth grade level literacy skills. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the purpose of leveraging translation is just to provide a gist into the content. Translation alone is not a scaffold, actually. Translation is one means to leverage heritage language in addition to visual supports, graphic supports, sensory supports, all the other different things. So if you were to say, Carly, I've got a fourth grade student and they're Ukrainian and I want to just print this, I would do it in a second grade level, legit, because they just need the gist into the content. I wouldn't make them do all the activities either. I would just translate that piece of text. I do think AI translations are superior to Google translations, but that's a whole other workshop. So I'm going to bring us back now. Okay, now let's go on to the second tab. The second tab is really groovy because it gives us the option to paste a link to whatever it is our students are working on. There, it could be an article, it could be a PDF that you upload, or a YouTube video. So if I had like an ESPN article, I don't even know, you guys. I'm going to click on a random one. Okay, here's something about the Super Bowl. So depending on when you're watching this video, this might be relevant or it might not be. So just for the sake of the demo, I just copied and pasted the link. Okay. So again, now I can say like, no, I want you to keep the original text because my students need to be able to navigate the language of ESPN. I don't know. I could choose alignment to standards. Or I can change this up. So I'm going to make this an English text at the 9th grade level. Same thing, you guys. I hit the generate button. It does all the work for me. Same type of pieces that it generated in the first example, it's going to give me based on that ESPN article. Look at this. It gives me all kinds of different graphics here. Isn't that nice? And then again, here's the adapted reading passage. I would read it, make any adjustments I might need, edit it. If I show the sources here at the bottom, look at that. Summary, vocabulary words, multiple choice questions, short answer, open-ended prompts. And then I could also do the activities, right? If I wanted to, or I could just print that. Groovy. Then I'm going to come back over here. Now I could do the same thing on this third option. The third option says text or PDF. I could take my science resource or my social studies resource, whatever, just plop it right into here or upload the PDF. I don't know if the upload PDF button works. It didn't used to work before. I think you needed like a super account or something like that, but I could just copy and paste stuff, plop it here, call it a day, and it's going to generate all that same stuff based on an already existing text. So again, if you're like wanting to maintain like the curricular resource that you're using, groovy, it gives you all the stuff. Now, a cool thing that you could consider here is if I go over to Magic School AI. Now, Magic School AI is a separate platform. This is, again, another one of those things where you need a teacher account. I will tell you from, as me, a human being born in the 1900s, I get really overwhelmed by Magic School. I just have the free teacher version, just the regular version. But literally every time I log into this, there's like 86 new features. Look at this. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's just so much on here. But there's like a few tools that are kind of like my go-to. So certainly I invite you to play with this. I think there's a lot of cool things here. But one thing I will point out to you right now, because I know a lot of school districts have a lot of newcomers, is the social stories tool. Now you might be like, Carly, I'm not the social worker. Well, hang on a second, because when we talk about serving and supporting newcomers, and also just like students who might have anxiety, or students who just might like to have like a heads up about something that's coming up, this is particularly important for like newcomer students though. Okay, so again, my lens is always multilingual learners. So if I was thinking of like a newcomer student, maybe they are in 4th grade and we're gonna have a pep rally on Friday. Okay, so we are getting ready to have an all school pep rally, or not like a pep rally, maybe I'll say like an assembly for Lunar New Year. There will be like kids performing. Teachers are going to read books about it. All the classes will sit on the floor with their teachers. And that's kind of really it. That's all I really want to share. I could add more if I wanted to, but take a look. I just entered in a few sentences. Take a look at this. So it creates a social story. Again, anytime I'm using an AI tool, the first step is generation. The second step is editing. That's always, 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 always the second step, because I got to make sure that it's like in alignment and it makes sense and it fits, right? And sometimes AI messes up. So I will go through this and edit it. So this is nice. So this is what it says, getting ready for the Lunar New Year Assembly. I'm excited because we're having an all-school assembly for Lunar New Year. This is a special time to celebrate and learn about different cultures. The assembly will take place in the gym. All my classmates and teachers will sit on the floor together. I will sit with my teacher, Miss Johnson. It feels nice to be with my friends and teachers. Okay, so now I can just go to copy. Then, yeah. You see where I'm going with this? I plop it in here. I plop it in here. Maybe I adjust the grade level. Maybe I adjust the language here. So my kid, my newcomer student knows what the expectations are for this event, because maybe in their school, their previous school, they didn't do this like an all school assembly. And they're like, what are we doing here? Changing for PE. If you're a PE teacher, do this. Navigating the school nurse. Many newcomers don't know that a school nurse is free, and you can get feminine supplies in the bathrooms for free, or at the nurse. You can get Band-Aids for free if you have a headache or if you need an ice pack or whatever, right? So there's just a million different things. But again, it generates all the different things for you. So you could totally just stop right there with the Magic School tool and call it a day. Or you could build out additional activities to promote understanding and comprehension of, right, that social story. So again, it's a cool, fun way to like just kind of play with the different platforms, right? And then the final one in Diffit is the vocabulary list. Again, same type of thing, but now you're just dropping in the words, the content specific vocabulary for your unit. One word or term per line. So see how it's kind of set up for you, like word 1 goes on this line, word 2. So you just make your list, drop your list, generate your resources. It's pretty cool. So again, there's like a million different things, different applications that you can use. I will also say this is probably one of the most responsive platforms that I've encountered, because like they're still newish to the scene, like 2 years maybe. They're really active on social media. So if you have an idea, if you're like, I really wish y'all would add this in, like tweet them or like post it on social media. Or if you find, like, I think there's like a button somewhere on their website that's like help. Oh, it's right here. It's the question mark. Help. Contact them. But like legit, if you have an idea to make the platform better, they want the platform to be better. They want it to grow in popularity, because I'm sure eventually they'll make us pay for it. But right now it's not. So tell them what else you want them to build, and they actually follow up. They'll actually build stuff in. I have seen the examples live on Twitter of like, can you guys add like an image? That was like a newer, they're like, oh, sure, we can do that. And so they built it in. I was like, okay. So anyway, Diffit is fantastic. I could do a completely separate video on Magic School AI because there's just a million things there. But let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to put my email here on the screen. That's a weird way to do it. But if you have any questions, or if you want to hop on a Zoom and like go through a few examples of it, just email me. We'll set up a time to chat. Thanks, everybody. Hope this helps.